Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Miss P. Today I'll be showing you how simple, easy, and effortless it is to prepare a Caribbean flavored stew chicken using Miss P ready-to-use stew paste, which is made with all the essential herbs and spices that you need for a very flavorful Caribbean stew. So you don't have to worry about slicing, dicing, or blending any herbs or spices. Here I have all-purpose mixed seasoning, which I'll add a few tablespoons. This is optional, but I like to add a little bit of it, and this adds an extra punch and an infused flavor. So are you guys ready? Let's go cooking. For this, all you'll need is a few tablespoons of Miss P's stew paste. For an extra punch and added flavor, I personally like to add a few tablespoons of the all-purpose mixed seasoning. This is optional, but I highly recommend you give it a try. I like to say try it once with the mixed seasoning and then try it without, and then you can decide for yourself which way you like it. Salt and black pepper is also optional. Again, I like to add a little bit for my taste. I'm now going to stir this all together, making sure the stew paste marinate the meat well. Now, Miss P's stew paste is a ready-to-use paste that is made with natural herbs and spices, and it has all the essential ingredients needed to make a perfect, delicious, and flavorful stew chicken. So you don't have to be bothered with slicing, dicing, or blending any herbs or spices. And it is also less mess to clean up. We all love that, don't we? If you have time, let this marinate for about 15 minutes, but you don't necessarily have to. You can also cover and put in the fridge for a few hours or even overnight. Okay, so now let's get the oil warmed up. And now I'm going to add the marinated chicken and then cover and let this cook for about 15 minutes. Make sure to check on this and just keep stirring it occasionally. So now this has been cooking for 15 minutes. I'll stir in the water slowly, and this will give us the extra gravy that we need. Now make sure to eyeball it and adjust the water you're adding according to how much stew gravy you desire. I'll leave it uncovered now, and I'll let this cook for another 10 minutes or until the chicken is cooked. Your stew chicken is now finished. You can garnish with either scallions or green onions, and don't forget to check the recipe for more detailed instructions. So, as promised, it is now time to reveal my secret way of cooking my potatoes for my stews, and this is also the same method you can use when you're cooking your curries with potatoes. Saucepan or pot, add some water just enough to cover your potatoes, then add 2 to 3 tablespoons of Miss P stew paste. Peel and cut your potatoes to your desired size and then add these into the water. You will let this boil until it's soft. Okay, so now as you can see, this is already done and the potatoes are nice and soft, and it's taken on a lot of the flavors from the stew paste. And there are a few reasons why I like to cook it this way. I personally find that when you add the potatoes directly into the pot with the meat cooking, sometimes the potato may still not be completely cooked and your meat has already been cooked, or vice versa. And the second reason is because I prefer to enjoy the full taste of the stew without the flavorings of the potato and starch boiling in with the stews together. And you also find by cooking the potatoes separately from the meat, you'll have more control of the tenderness of each. Now once the potatoes are finished boiling, you can do a few different things. Either add it into the pot of stew, or my favorite thing is to take some of the gravy from the stew and pour it or baste it over the potatoes. Another benefit of doing it this way is that you can always cook extra potatoes and use it as a side dish with other meals. Well, as I said, this is my personal way of doing it. It sure is not the way my mom taught me, and knowing my mom, she would still insist that I have to do it her way. On Cooking with Miss P, you'll always hear me tell you try it once this way and then try it the other way. And then you can decide which way is best for you. I will continue sharing a few tips and tricks with you, so always stay tuned to Cooking with Miss P. It has been my greatest pleasure to share a taste of my home cooking with you. Easy, effortless, and delicious Caribbean flavor stewed chicken that was ready in 30 minutes. Now let's enjoy. Bon appetit! If you enjoy watching this episode, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.